Hello everyone, welcome to Temple Health and Wellness. Thank you for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to be talking about weightlifting and specifically tips for beginners. If you've just started lifting weights, these tips hopefully should help you. The things that I wish I knew in more detail when I first started lifting, but it's okay. Experience is great and hindsight is a wonderful thing, and it is allowing me to bring you this video. Lifting weights is fantastic. If you've opted to go down that road and embark on that journey, I am so happy for you. You've made a great decision. But it can easily be done wrong, and you can actually risk your health and your safety if it's not done properly. So these are just things to keep in mind, both for your physical and your mental health, because I'm not just focusing on the physical side of lifting weights. We all know that if you have shitty form, which is my first point, you're probably going to injure yourself and you're going to put yourself out of business for a while when it comes to lifting. But I want to talk about more than that. So without further ado, let's just get stuck in. Let's just start talking about it. Form is everything. Form is key. If you don't know what I mean when I say the word form, I mean the way in which you perform an exercise. When you perform an exercise with weights in your hands or a barbell in your hands, you need to be extra vigilant and extra careful because you are putting yourself at risk. And if you don't know what you're doing, you could injure yourself. And, I know this firsthand because I've injured myself lifting weights. And it's only when I realized just how important my form was that I learnt my lesson. So if you're intimidated because you've done an exercise and it hurt you, it's probably the case that you've not warmed up properly or your form needs some work. It's not the end of the world, you just need to work on it. So for example, when I first started lifting, Romanian deadlifts were and remain a favourite of mine. However, when I first started doing them, I was performing them incorrectly, and in turn I was hurting my lower back. And every time I do an RDL, I was like, why is my back hurting? What's going on? What am I doing wrong? And I realised that I wasn't lifting with a neutral spine. I was letting the bar or the dumbbells float away from me far too much. So my lower back was engaging, and I didn't want that. And yeah, I'd be leaving the gym thinking, oh my God, I feel about 90 years old and I don't even know why. So when I did more research and I really learned about good form, I tweaked my form a little bit. You have to remember as well, everyone is built differently. So even though I could tell you this is correct form for this exercise, it might not necessarily look like that when you perform it, but as long as you're feeling the correct muscles engaging, that's the main thing. So yeah, keep your form in check. If you're not sure you're doing something right, research, and practice. Keep practicing. Make sure you're doing it safely before you add any weight to an exercise. Make sure that you're using resistance bands before you start piling the weights on, because I really don't want you to hurt yourself. So yeah, that's my first tip. My second tip is to do with muscle engagement. Engaging your muscles before you actually start a workout can really enhance the workout experience. For example, glute activation is a thing. People get resistance bands or booty bands and will activate their glutes, which is great because if you're trying to grow your glutes or just engage them a little bit more because you have a sit down job and because you feel like your glutes are a little bit sleepy at times, you've got a sleepy bum, which is very normal, then glute activation is a great way to get them firing. Likewise, if you're going to train your upper body, if you're going to train your abs, engaging those muscles and really focusing on connecting your mind to the muscle is key and will change your life. So the next time you do a workout, really think about the muscle you want to work and focus on engaging with it. I know it sounds like codswallop and I know it sounds like airy fairy, but it's true. It's true. Give it a try. Just sorted my parting out. I just noticed it was skew whiff, but we've sorted it out now. Sorry if that was triggering you at all. So my third tip is to do with abs, okay? I know that you may see pictures of people with ripped abs, super ripped abs, and think, oh my God, they are so healthy and they look so amazing. Abs are not an indicator of health, okay? And they are not an indicator of strength either. If someone has super rippled abs and they've worked hard to get there and they have lowered their body fat percentage, fantastic. But let me let you in on a little secret. Abs are actually something that are genetically predisposed. Your whole body and the way it's laid out is genetically predisposed, but specifically abs, because they're such a desired trait by a lot of people, especially people who start lifting, myself included. When I first started my journey and when I first started lifting weights, I was like, I'm gonna get abs, I'm gonna get rippled abs. However, the way my body is genetically predisposed is I carry that thickness around my midsection, around my glutes, around my thighs. I carry it everywhere, but mainly around my lower belly. And it's taken a lot of dedication and hard work and focusing on diet to get my abs to even peep through. Never mind have six-pack abs. I know that it's attainable, but I know that the route to get there is not something I necessarily want to embark on. I'm not an aesthetics athlete. I'm not competing in that sense. If I ever do one day, then maybe I'll give it a try. But you might see people out there who have super rippled abs and they'll put workouts out there saying, oh, this is a great ab workout. Yeah, it's probably a great ab workout. But if your abs don't peep through immediately or after 6-12 months time, but the rest of you looks amazing, please, please, please don't think that you're doing something wrong. You need to factor in so many things such as stress, your genetics, your diet. All of these things play a huge part. So yeah, let the ab ideology go. If you seriously want them, then obviously I support your decision. And the best way to make a muscle group look more defined is by growing it and working it. So the more you train your abs, the more that area, your stomach, will look leaner and give the appearance of a leaner midsection. So yeah, but don't make it the be all and end all, because I did and it made me miserable. I was really focused on achieving that goal, and as soon as I let it go, I was so much happier. That's my third tip. Don't focus so much on abs. There are a lot of factors involved. Okay, tip number 4 is to do with, oh, sorry guys, just had to adjust the camera. God, I'm so sweaty. I've just been to the gym, so I literally just went to train, and then I was like, I need to film a video. I'm motivated. Let's do this. So my 4th tip is don't neglect any muscles in your body. Don't neglect any muscle groups. I know it can be tempting sometimes to just train your legs or just train your abs or just train your arms, but oh God, you are depriving yourself of so much, so many health benefits and so many gains, dude. If you want to build muscle, you have to build it all round. For example, if you don't train your back, then not only are you depriving yourself of increased muscle mass, but also you're depriving yourself of an improved posture. You're depriving yourself of a strong back, which can help you with lifts such as deadlifts. So if you're one of those people that doesn't train your back, don't neglect your back. It's not just an aesthetic thing when it comes to training. There are a lot of health benefits. Another example is your glutes. Many people have sit-down jobs, like I've already mentioned, and they can get something called sleepy glutes. And if you don't activate them with training, then you can end up with a weak lower back, which can radiate into the hips. And that can all come from having glutes that are weak and not engaged. So training your glutes is important. I've recently, my husband, well, I say recently, he's been doing it for about a year now. My husband started hip thrusting with me on leg days, and all of his lifts have majorly improved, and he's getting a lot more power in his lifts. And I'm not saying that it's just the hip thrust, but your body can become accustomed very quickly to certain workouts and certain exercises. So just for the sake of switching it up, throw new things into your routine, engage muscles that you don't usually work, and I promise you, you're going to see some major changes in your aesthetic and your power. Okay, so I know I said number 4 was the final tip, but I just couldn't help but throw this one in because it is really important. So my 5th and final tip is to do with recovery. It can be really tempting when you first start lifting to just go ham, and that's what I did. I took like no days off. I was training like 7 days a week. I was training my legs all the time. I was constantly doing high intensity interval training as well, and I didn't realize that I was doing more damage than good, because if you overtrain, then not only do you not allow the muscle enough time to recover, but also you're using a lot of energy. And I wasn't eating enough to compensate for that. So although I was seeing a lot of weight loss, I was burnt out and I was so tired. So make sure that you have your rest days. Alongside that, make sure that once a month, every 6 weeks, whatever, you book in for a sports massage. Your muscles can develop things called trigger points, which are basically knots in the muscle. And I knew nothing about these until, I want to say 2 years ago, when I started to get a pain in my left trap, and it was super tight. And whenever I do like a pull up, it would just whoop, seize. And I was like, oh my God, what is going on? I'm broken. So I went to see this sports masseuse. She's called Holly. She's a sports therapist, sports masseuse. I don't know what to call her. She's a great therapist anyway. And she did some acupuncture on me, and I had to go for a lot of massages before that knot loosened up. Let me tell you, that knot was the bane of my life, and I'm so glad that she's gone now. Don't get me wrong, my trap still seizes a little bit, but I just make sure to warm up properly before my workouts, do lots of dynamic stretches, and I make sure to have days off. Make sure you take days off and make sure you get those massages in. Don't get me wrong, my trap still bothers me a little bit sometimes, but not nearly as much as it used to. And that's all down to the fact that I dedicated a lot of time to the recovery. And to be honest, I really need to book another massage in. I've not been for a couple of months, so this is my reminder. So yeah, prioritize your recovery. And I don't just mean booking a massage in, I mean your sleep. Prioritize your diet as well. Make sure you're getting enough protein in your diet. Protein is like, if you imagine protein to be the building blocks for your muscles, if you're not getting enough, then that can hinder the growth of the muscle and the recovery of the muscle. So make sure that you're getting enough. You don't need to go crazy with it and have a stupid amount. The recommendation is 0.7 grams to 1 gram per pound of body weight. So that is optimal, in my opinion. And I've seen a lot of muscle development with that amount of protein, and sometimes it can really mess with you as well if you have too much protein, so don't have too much. But yeah, when I say recovery, I don't just mean get a massage. I mean, obviously, get your sleep, make sure you're having downtime, make sure you have your rest days, make sure you have the odd salt bath. Just make sure that you are taking care of your body, and I promise you, in return, it will take care of you. You will see much better performance from a well-rested body, well-rested, well-fed body than one that is depleted. Okay, so those are my tips. I'm done talking now, I promise. Those are my tips. I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I'm really enjoying making this content. So I know that my channel is still a baby, but if you could subscribe, maybe leave a comment down below. Just let me know if you enjoyed this style of video, and if there's anything specific that you want to see, I would be happy to explore it, do some research on it, and bring you a video. I'm still learning the ropes when it comes to editing and when it comes to the optimal visual experience, because, you know, I'm filming a lot of this on my phone and I'm looking into cameras and stuff like that. But it's all a work in progress. It won't happen overnight, but as long as I'm consistent, that is the main thing. Yes, little pep talk to finish the video. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate your time. It is so precious to me. Please like, comment, share this video with someone who needs to see it, and please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell as well if you want to get a little ding every time I upload a video, and I will be uploading some YouTube shorts in the meantime. But yeah, stay blessed, stay healthy. Make sure you take care of yourself, both physically and mentally. Keep nurturing your temple, and I will see you soon. Bye.